The world is filled with pimps and hoes. We'll just talk about those I know. The world is mine, can't you see? I'm just trying.
It's your man, Big Man Veno from the Aspiring Natural. And today we're going to be speaking about boundaries. Do you have boundaries in your life? Because, people sometimes go too far and take your kindness for granted. Whether it's relationships, whether it's professional, whether it's just being sociable. But you have to have boundaries in place. In fact, without boundaries, no one's going to respect you because you don't respect yourself. It's not easy being a man, especially in 2019. There's so much stimulus. You can't even think straight. There's things over here, there's things over there, and you have an objective to accomplish. But without having boundaries, someone else is going to be completing their objective as opposed to you getting your objective completed. So, what I mean by boundaries, let's say for instance in relationships, some guys do all the chasing, which goes against the masculine core. It is meant for women to pursue. They love to pursue. Whether logically they tell you that they're not a person who loves to pursue, innately, this is what they respond to. So what a woman says and what she responds to is usually two different things. Women are emotional, whereas men are logical. But let's stay on the purpose. We're talking about boundaries here. There's been time in previous relationships where I found myself being very, very nice for the sake of being nice. But was I being true? Was I being authentic as a man? No. Unconsciously, now that I am aware of it, I think back then I was being probably manipulative without being aware of it because I was raised by, a single parent, a mom. I didn't have masculine energy in the house. My father wasn't there, and I had to learn the hard way to acquire the skills that I have now. This is exactly why I say you should listen to what I'm telling you. Because I'm not going to steer you wrong. None of that mainstream BS. Let's get to the real facts, people. Stop being manipulative. Stop being manipulated. Whether it's relationships or anything else. You are important. You have a purpose. Some individuals are going to impede you from accomplishing your goals. And of course, when you're doing something right, an indication of that is to say, damn, people are talking about me. When people are talking about you and they're hating on you, you're going in the right direction. But you also have to maintain self-awareness. Without self-awareness, you're going to be floating in the wind. And you won't know what your true north is. But without setting boundaries, you're going to be addlepated, which means lost and bewildered. I don't play that shit. Not Big Man Veno. So let's get back to the facts. Let's stay grounded. Let's set our boundaries in life. If a person doesn't find themselves conducive to what you're trying to accomplish, get rid of them. Whether it's a man, whether it's a woman, it doesn't matter. You have a purpose in this world. Stand firm. Say what you mean and mean what you say. In fact, at the end of the day, when you know you've done your best, when you know you put your best foot forward, you're not going to have any negative feedback. As a matter of fact, it's just going to densify all this acquired skill set. It's going to become condensed, and by definition, it becomes dense, heavy, not easily moved. But boundaries are necessary because what are you putting up with in your life that you really don't want to put up with? Are you being too nice? Are you scared to tell a person no? What if you go out to a club and a chick says, buy me a drink? Are you just going to be a nice guy and buy it? Traditionally, we know what happens when we go out to a club when we buy a strange woman a drink. Soon as she gets the drink, she does what? She walks away, right? Exactly. Let's put an end to all this bullshit. I'm not just necessarily using the club as an exemplar of boundaries that need to be set. If you're in a relationship with a woman and she wants to go out with her friends, and one of them is single, and they want to go to the club, what does a woman in a relationship has any business doing with a single woman who's going out to the club? If you feel like I don't want her to go, you shouldn't say, well, I don't want to make her feel like I'm insecure. This has nothing to do with your insecurities. This shit is going to eat you up and possibly destroy the relationship in the near future. Find yourself remembering that in an argument that has nothing to do with the situation at hand. We don't want to be passive aggressive. And for those of you that are passive aggressive, set your fucking boundaries. Say what you mean what you say. Don't wait later on and send a text message saying something you could have told them directly. Who the fuck are you? Where is your balls? Are you a man or are you a fucking woman? Life is what you make it, my friends. Do you have boundaries? Do you have any questions that needs to be confronted within yourself? Because one thing's for sure, you can't lie to yourself. You may lie to me, you may lie to everyone else, but you can't lie to yourself. How many boundaries have people crossed in your life? How many times have you been taken for granted in your time? Don't you realize time is one commodity that you can never get back? Never get back. So what are you going to do? Are you going to continue to sit around and be nothing? Or are you going to be somebody? Well, guess what? Somebody has boundaries, but nobody doesn't. This is your man, Big Man Veno from Inspiring Natural. Please hit that like button and leave comments in the comment section at the end of this lecture, this vlog. But always keep in mind, the best game is no game at all. Until next time, ciao.